What's going on, guys, in the Works Media, and welcome to my combat record. And we're going to talk a little bit about my combat record. We're going to talk a little bit about my first impressions of Modern Warfare 3. I've had a little bit of time to play it and whatnot, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it, my thoughts on it, and stuff like that. But first things first, a lot of people wanted to see my combat record because about this time last year, I put up a video showing my combat record. Showing how many, what my KD was, what my expectations were, my win-loss, and stuff like that. I think it'd be really awesome to take a look at it, a year later. Here we are in November again, and we'll see what it's like after playing this for this long. So I only got 15 days played, almost 16 days played on this account with a 6-win loss, which is pretty good. I mean, I was happy with that. If you guys have been around a while, you remember my expectations were to hopefully have like a 3-win loss, which I doubled that, which is thanks to my, playing on some good teams, thanks to just being, overall a sound player in Black Ops, because Black Ops is a very rewarding game for players that were, I guess you could say, more skilled on the guns, more so than Modern Warfare 2, where it was just dominated by explosives. But I had a little bit more than 15 hours and 23 hours, or 15 days and 23 hours played. I actually maxed out a Prestige account on the PS3. I have another account that I have maxed out on Prestige, so I mean, I had my fair share in this game. Probably, I don't even want to wager how much time I've spent just sitting at the Xbox or PS3 being Black Ops oriented. So I played my fair share of Black Ops. Most kills 113, which is actually not right because I actually got this game early. I tend to get all the CODs early. I don't know how I get so lucky, but I actually got this game early, and I had a 200 kill game on Nuketown Domination and Ground War. For some reason, it never saved in my combat record. I don't know if that was because we were playing it early and they hadn't activated theater mode, because early on theater mode wasn't really working. I don't know if any of you guys played it early. So a lot of my cool stats that I got early on didn't save. My KD and stuff saved, but none of that. And I ended up with a 298 KD, which is down quite substantially from what I started with. I started Black Ops with, I think 4K, just under a 4 KD, and then I just progressively stopped carrying and just, I rushed a lot in Black Ops. I was a very heavy rusher, especially towards the end, because I like playing very aggressive. I like pushing spawns. Not so much in Domination, but I mean, I played a lot of TDM in the early goings, and that really bumps your KD, and I just got away from that and started playing mostly Domination. You can see some of my gun KDs there. The G11, the M16, they're more stationary weapons, so I've noticed, like in most people, your KDs are always a little bit higher in those. I'm surprised to see the Enfield up there. But I almost got 2,000 kills with the Enfield, so that's kind of impressive. I did pride myself on using all the weapons pretty evenly. I've got more than 1,000 kills with a lot of weapons. And if you combine that with the other accounts that I played on, I mean, I've probably got 1,000 kills with almost all the weapons except maybe the Uzi. But the Uzi might be pushing it, because I know on one of my accounts I have, I think 600 kills with it. So however many kills I have on that, I add it to this one, and well, that's how many Uzi kills I have. But not a surprise that the top 6 guns in my total kills are assault rifles. I did use the M16 quite a bit, which is a lot of people didn't like that gun. But then you see the AK-47U and the MP5, obviously the most powerful submachine guns. And you got the Enfield and the Spectre. Spectre was one of my favorite submachine guns, and then the Stakeout. Obviously, everyone loves the Stakeout. I know I loved it. Hopefully, there's a Stakeout-esque weapon in Modern Warfare 3. Hint, hint, drop, drop. No, I mean, the Spaz is basically what the Stakeout was. When I used the Spaz earlier today in Modern Warfare 3, it basically to me felt like the Stakeout because the range had been reduced a little bit. I didn't try to have any proficiencies on it because I haven't really played a whole lot online, to be honest with you guys. I've been trying to just basically stick to Spec Ops and the campaign because the multiplayer right now is frustrating because the connections aren't very good. So there's a lot of red bars. There's a lot of frustrations here and there. So I won't really give you guys a first impressions on it. Will you guys like Modern Warfare 3? Probably. You'll probably love it for the first month, and then after that, you're just gonna start pulling your hair out. I just have that feeling because the maps are so small and the spawns are so finicky that it just. I don't know. My initial impressions are kind of skewed just because of the way the connections have been. I haven't really got to be able to get a good taste of it. I know a lot of my friends are still playing it. I haven't actually played it on my main account. I figured I'd save that for when everybody got the game, because I think it's more fun like that. I'd rather have my main account be legit, you know, from day one when everybody has the game, even playing field, as opposed to getting it early. And you can see some of my kill streaks right there. You may notice that I don't really have that many dogs, chopper gunners, and gunships. That's because I didn't use them. If you follow my videos, you probably be like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. Honestly, I don't really throw those on very often. I mostly stick to counter, spy plane, napalm, Blackbird. I'm surprised I had that many care packages. I think that's just because a lot of times I would put on the care package just as like a throwaway kill streak, just kind of just have it, and you know, you get what you get. It's kind of a newbie kill streak. I've never really liked the care package. I don't know how I got 700 of them though. But there's some more stats. You know, accuracy's kind of poor. I didn't really care about accuracy. I spray a lot. Bullets mean nothing in this game because you have scavenger and stuff like that. But obviously the FAMAS is at the top of the food chain. Nothing I can do about that. I honestly probably didn't use the FAMAS past the prestige, past the nerf that they put on. You know, the patch back in, when was that? Was that July? Somewhere back in there. Whenever they nerfed the FAMAS, I hadn't used it since then. Probably didn't have it on a custom class at all. I'm pretty proud to say that. But some more Modern Warfare 3 thoughts. Why we look at this stuff. I'll scroll through a bunch of random stuff and we'll go to custom classes. But do I think Modern Warfare 3 is better than Black Ops? No. That's a big no there, because I don't think they're comparable. Do I think Modern Warfare 3 is better than Modern Warfare 2? Yes. Definitely yes there. Do I think it's better than COD 4? I won't be able to tell you guys that till, you know, the multiplayer servers are up full steam ahead. You know, right now it seems like the the Type 98, that kind of FAMAS-esque weapon, is probably going to be one of the most used because it's a laser beam. I actually just unlocked the rapid fire proficiency on that one. It's kind of ridiculous. I picked up the FAD, or I think that's what it's called, the FAD, and it was pretty powerful. I didn't really get a feel for it because, you know, obviously if you're picking it up the ground, you don't get to put your attachments on it, and it had some stupid, I think it had an ACOG on it when I picked it up. So the weapons don't really seem to have the recoil that they promised us. It seems like they're pretty low recoil across the board. The ACR has no recoil whatsoever, really. That hasn't changed a whole lot. You know, it's pretty much the same gun it was in the in Modern Warfare 2. The maps are very small though, guys. To me, it feels like Modern Warfare 2 if you were playing like every map was like Rust but kind of moved around. You know, I mean, obviously they're not that small, but they're very small. They're very close quarters combat. One thing I noticed a lot of people aren't pointing out is a lot of more indoor fighting in these maps. You know, historically COD's been an outdoor fighter. You know, you've got Afghan, stuff like that, where you can't really, the only places you could really run inside are the bunkers or like the cave. But it seems like a lot of the maps on this new one are inside maps, which is kind of cool. Like I had some problems with I had that the Reaper drone, and you get your 5 Predator shots with that, and you actually get to direct it on the ground. And I actually was having problems getting people on that Arcadian map because they all can go inside. I mean, there's windows you can crash through. It's kind of like Terminal, that map. And there's windows you can crash through, but it's really hard. It's actually kind of fun, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of like really rewarding when you're like, yes, a kill. But that the Reaper thing is pretty amazing. I like that one. Haven't really got to try any of the big kill streaks out yet, though, so I'm kind of bummed about that. But I'll get you guys a true first impressions when the game comes out. Like I said, I'm saving my main account for when everybody has the game, even playing field. Because I want to do this again with my stats. You know, come back and look at it a year later and see how we feel about the game. Overall, I thought Black Ops was a great game. I hated on it a lot towards the end. That was just because I just got frustrated playing it. I mean, when you play a game a lot, you get tired of playing it. I haven't played Black Ops in probably the better part of a month, maybe month and a half. So it's been a while. I think really the Achilles heel of Black Ops ended up being connection and coding. I just felt like it was an older feeling game, but it felt very unique to me, and I like the fact that you were able to use a lot more perks in this game. Obviously, Ghost dominated a lot of bad players' arsenals, but you know, you got to forgive the developer. That's something that, you know, you have to make a game accessible, and I think Ghost does that because it protected people from getting, you know, having a horrible time online, getting raped by, excuse my language, getting destroyed by air support. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This was my combat record, and I look forward to seeing you guys more in Modern Warfare 3. If you aren't already, check me out on Twitter. That's where you can hear my rants and raves about Modern Warfare 3 if you're interested in any of that. And I look forward to doing this again, this combat record again, towards this time next year with Treyarch's offering. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.